Welcome back to the Mentor Show, which offers quick lessons packaged within minisodes for busy founders and startup leaders like you. I'm Adel, and I'm being mentored live and unscripted by Ed, who's built, sold, turned around, and scaled startups all the way to the New York Stock Exchange. He's based in the US, a developed economy, and I'm based in Dubai, a hub within an emerging economy. And we compare notes. This is real talk, no scripts, no theory. Let's get into it. What do you think is a common popular advice out there that mentors and leaders are giving startup founders and leaders that you disagree with, that you think is bad advice and people are abusing it? Can you recall anything?
I can. This is kind of a dated bit
Hmm.
of advice, but during the very first internet bubble back in 1999, much younger than what you would have been in 1999, 2000. You can look even at Web 2.0, Web 3.0, social media, e-commerce. There's many milestones in technology history. AI is another good one, where if a market is growing explosively fast, investors have a fear of missing out. So you've just raised money. Let's say you've raised $10 million. Your product market fit is excellent. You've got early traction with lots and lots of customers. The customers are happy. Investors, no matter where they're from, whatever nationality, doesn't matter. If you create that mix of really exciting, explosive growth, the advice you'll get is grow at all cost. Okay? The idea of profitability goes out the window because what the investor wants is market share. Get as much market share as you possibly can. Like anything in life, I actually don't know that I completely disagree with that statement, but having been older and now seeing the end result of that irrational exuberance, I would say, fine, you're going to pursue growth very aggressively, but you're also going to have a mind towards managing burn rate because you can't grow uncontrolled without paying attention to burn rate. That's number one. Number two, you can grow so fast, you will choke the business. Because let's say you're a 100-person company today, and all of a sudden it looks like you're doubling, tripling, quadrupling your revenue because you're growing so fast. All of a sudden, many things break. Your hiring process breaks. Now you're going to hire more people just because they breathe and they can complete a sentence, not because they're qualified. Your accounting systems won't keep up. You can't generate the invoices fast enough. You can't collect the revenue fast enough. Now your burn rate goes up. Your technology team can't build product fast enough. So as a solution, you might start outsourcing, which then creates more unknowns, right? So growth at all costs, I think it makes for a wonderful Hollywood movie. Doesn't always work with real life. The other challenge is you're growing so fast, you're not paying attention to your competition. And you might have a competitor or two or three, because it's a big market, everybody knows about it, that might just run right around you and you won't notice it until they're so far ahead you can't catch up. And the example I give there is if we only go back 5 years, 6 years, the cybersecurity space was full of competition. And there are companies out there that made a very nice amount of revenue with what we call monolithic software, right? The software sat in a data center, it only handled single tenants. You had to sign up for software updates, software services, etc. Monolithic software dedicated to one customer. And out of the blue comes a company, started from scratch. You already had a 10-year track record, 10 years or more in the space. And this startup from nowhere comes along and builds a SaaS model, cybersecurity solution. And instead of charging this, monolithic fee, all it was $100 a seat. And all of a sudden they took off and you couldn't catch them. Why? Not because they had a better product, but because you couldn't go from monolithic to SaaS overnight. A lot of companies like that, right? And they've all had to go through that painful growth curve to get to SaaS. And they're doing it, but it's a very hard change.
Amazing. Excellent. Thank you, Ed. That's it for this Minisode. Big thanks to Ed and to all of you for tuning in. If this sparked something, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and make sure you share it within your network. Got a question for Ed? Drop it within the comments. See you next time.
Please note, the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any affiliated organization. The content provided is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice. We encourage listeners to conduct their own research and consult with relevant professionals before making any business or career decisions.